Alright, so today we're going to be looking at the Transformers and Back to the Future collab. This is, his name is Gigawatt, and I'm going to start in vehicle mode because, what the heck not. So, yeah, it's like this, it's like the, let's say the DeLorean from the movie, obviously, with some few changes. There is no logo on the front, and also another change is, there's a lot of fucking paint chipping. This is a problem that I have with this figure, is paint chipping. It's on the wheels, and it's also on these thruster things right here. Now, it's not just exclusive to the black parts. You can see right there, there's some paint chipping there, as well as on these green parts. And also there was a blue tint on the windows, but on this window, you can see it more on these side windows. Yeah, there was a blue tint on the window. Eventually, that just kind of rubbed off. There's also some paint chipping happening here, mostly because I'm kind of like rubbing it off. I like to play with my toys. You know, it rolls like a fucking car would, and you know, accessories. You get Mr. Fusion right here with some really nice printed lettering. You can't tell, it says Mr. Fusion on there. And another thing is the time has not been nice to this figure at all, because this is the loosest fucking connection, and it gets worse in robot mode. Yeah, this is like a really fucking loose ass connection, and I kind of hate it, because, like, you know, it's literally one of the coolest fucking things. So, you know, you do also get the hook from the first movie that can just go into this 3mm, I think it's 3mm, yeah, this 3mm hole in the top, which can, yeah, can accommodate the little hook thing that was in the first movie. It's not the only 3mm port on the figure, there's also one on the underside. But if you can't tell, that yellow clear piece right there, that is part of a stand. The stand that I had this figure on. To like have him like look like he was like flying like from the end of the first movie and also in the second movie. It just freaking snapped right off. I'm kind of mad about that, because now it just has to be like a cool looking model car. But, like, you know, and yeah, I'm kind of mad because, like, you know, you can fold down the wheels, and this is only exclusive to this retool. I should also mention that this is I think it's Earthrise, or it's either Siege or Earthrise Sideswipe. This is a retool of, and this is only on this figure. It's not on the Sideswipe figure or Red Alert. It's only on this guy. You can fold the wheels down, and now he's like in the hover car mode. It's really cool. Too bad that fucking clear plastic is the weakest shit ever, and so it just snaps. And there's actually a really interesting thing on this figure. You know, not only is part of the transformation literally the fucking doors opening like that is actually cool. But another thing is if you look closely, and I angle my light correctly, you can see that the doors are not actually made of clear plastic. There's like this clear plastic piece just kind of shoved right in there. But the actual door is made out of just standard, like, silver metallic injection plastic. And, like, I think that's cool. I'm not sure if metallic injection plastic is weak as it was before. But yeah, however, it's pretty strong, except for like there's like a crack there. You can't see, there is a crack. But that was just from me being a little too rough with it. It's probably entirely my fault. But yeah. Alright, so I guess we should get to the size comparisons. We have him right next to a Orc Death Dread, Tau Crisis Battlesuit, Space Marine, an Automaton, Legends Class Dragonstorm, Legends Class Last Night Megatron. Now it's time for the transformation. First you wanna probably gotta zoom in here. Alright, so first you're gonna wanna pop the doors open like that. Then next you're gonna wanna flip this piece. Or I actually like to bend the car forward. No way. Yeah, I like to bend the hood of the car, or the front of the car, forward to unlock these parts for some reason. It's just a lot easier. And this fucking cameraman. Alright, and then next you're gonna want to fold out the arms like that. Oh god. This camera hates me. Fold out the hands. Then next you're gonna want to come down here. Fold out these parts. Flip down that. Then you're gonna wanna push on these, which will then flip out the feet. You can then close these, and I like to push these in all the way for the max knee posability, which is surprisingly small, or it's surprisingly little compared to some of the other figures that I have. Next you're going to want to rotate the waist, stand them up a bit, just going to zoom out a bit, put the camera up, zoom in a bit more. Then next you're going to want to come to the chest, fold in these wheels, pop that out. Then you're going to want to flip this section as you're doing it. As you're folding this down, you're going to want to flip this section around. I'm going to snap that into place. Unlike the Sideswipe figures, which this is a retool of, there's the wheels fold in, and there's this tab right here that the arms peg into, like that. And yeah, there he is in his robot mode. He's your standard modern day deluxe class figure. He's kind of small now. I think he's, I don't want to speculate really. No, I don't even have that. Yeah, he's your standard deluxe class figure scale right now. Or modern day deluxe class figure size. Yeah, and if you can't see, but all my paints are back there, it's to cover up some cables that are also there, and you can also see some You can also see some of my unfinished models over there. I mean, that Orc Death Dread is also unfinished, but yeah. You know, the camera wants to focus on this dude. Yeah. Now, one of my favorite aspects about this figure is on the chest, where you get the little, like, time thing from the movie. However, the worst part about this is that the fucking paint chips. And, like, that's, like, horrible, because, like, it has, like, all the dates from the first movie. If you look really close, like, that's October 25th, 1985. And then, like, this one is, like, November 12th, 1965, I think that is. Yeah, so, like, that's fucking cool. And you also got the flux capacitor as his chest piece. Like, this is a cool figure. I really like this. Apparently there's like a Ghostbusters one as well, and I also saw that Jurassic Park one that looks fucking sick as hell. I really want to get that. However, I probably don't have enough to get it because I think those were limited edition. This was also, I think, limited edition. You know, I guess it's time to go into extra accessories for robot mode. You get a knockoff Optimus Prime gun. Yeah, you can fit Mr. Fusion on it on the back, which does not work. No, it does now. What the fuck, dude? It fits now. Before, I think it's because I tried to glue this Mr. Fusion onto this guy, onto the main guy, so I modified it a bit by clipping off some tabs that were just really annoying. But yeah, and then you know, you try to fit him on there and he doesn't fit. But here's the thing, if you fit him, if you put Mr. Fusion on the back, it doesn't plug into his arm all the way. And so, you know, plugging it into the top would be the smartest way, right? But it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit on the top because some stupid bullshit. So, you know, I just completely forget Mr. Fusion, and you know, his gun just looks cool anyways. But a fun fact about this figure and most of the other figures is that he's got 2 ports in his arms, which are both 5mm, and his hand is also 5mm, which means you can take any 5mm or gun, or yeah, you can take any gun with 5mm peg on it. You can fit it either in his hand, or you can plug it in his arm. Now, you know, that would seem kind of more like a fun thing, but you know, this hook, if you can't tell what that is, a 5mm peg on there, and that attaches to his arm as another accessory. That's kind of cool. It's kind of a melee weapon, although I don't know why you would ever use this as a melee weapon. It's very flimsy. I don't know, maybe it liquefies and turns into a whip or something. I don't know. I don't know the lore of this unofficial Transformers character that they just made up for this collaboration. Alright. Now it's time for probably my least favorite part about this figure, which is unfortunately the posability. Now, why is this unfortunate? Is because this figure has a lot of modern articulation. Just the unfortunate part is the knees. So, you know, you got standard ball joint at the head. You can do some rotation and stuff. Next, you got a rotation at the arm. The wings kind of get in the way of that, but I don't care. And then you got a bicep swivel, 90-degree bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist because of this, I guess. And then this is not really surprising for a modern figure, but you know, comparing it to all the older figures, you get a waist swivel, which is kind of part of the transformation, but you know, it is cool. Anyways, legs can kick up that far and back that far, then they can kick outwards that far. There is a thigh swivel, and this is the most disappointing part. Like I said, the knee, that is less than 90 degrees right there, and to get more, you're gonna need to open that up, and yeah, but then this is sticking out, and you get this ugly hole, this kind of ugly hole in the leg, and so just keeping it normal gets you bad knee posability. Anyways, so this is also modern, but you get an ankle pivot. That's kind of cool, is it not? Look, it's an ankle pivot. Sure, you get an ugly gap, but you know, this is not as bad as the knee gap, right? You know, it's an ankle pivot, which means he can get some stupidly wide stances. Alright, so, now just strain this guy up for the size comparisons. Here he is next to Orc Def Dread, Tau Crisis Suit, Space Marine, Legends class, Dragonstorm, an Automaton, Legends class, The Last Night, Megatron. Oh right, there's 5mm pegs in his wings for some reason. So, you know, you can do that. And there's also there's some in his feet as well. Anyway, so, you know, that's it for the review. If you want any other reviews, I do have the Figma Doomslayer coming. So if you want to see that, comment down below. Or, yeah, comment down below if you want to see, like, any other review. Like, if you want to see me review the Mattel Indoraptor, if you want to see a review, just comment down below, and I might actually do it. I might do a review on Tiny Return Blaster next. Either that or a deluxe class Strafe from Age of Extinction. So, oh yeah, here he is next to a bottle of Airbrush Flow Improver. I have an airbrush. Woo. Yeah. Comment down below what you want to see next. If you want to see like a painting video where I paint the Orc Def Dread, or I show you how to paint my Space Marines, or if you just want like another like review like this that I can just like easily like edit and shit. Sure, I can go with whatever. Yeah, that's kind of it. Good night.